Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe button, tell a friend. Here we have another crazy story. Peewee Longway, don't forget he's behind the bars right now. Will it be hard for Peewee? Well, let me not say that. Don't forget, Peewee Longway, he's only 5 feet tall. Not saying anything wrong with being short, but is he going to have a more difficult time behind the bars being his height? I don't know.
Game in Atlanta behind the scenes and had some big hits too. But then he got caught up in one of the biggest drug busts in history. From discovering Young Thug to allegedly working with the cartel and facing life in prison, today we're breaking it all down. In September 2024, news broke that Peewee Longway got arrested in one of the biggest drug busts ever. The cops had an event.
His real name is Mr. Blue Benjamins. That's his real name, Mr. Blue Benjamin. Peewee Longway kept on talking about, all the drugs he used to be getting from California and all that. It got to a point where we thought Peewee was joking. We really did.
Investigation called Operation Sweet Silence, and they ended up busting over 100 people in the Crips and Zohannan gangs. The investigation had been going on for 2 years, and by the end of it, the cops found 155 guns, 496 pounds of meth, 7.1 grams of fentanyl, 57.2.
They say 155 guns? And I say these are bad guys. So they're saying there's a good possibility that Peewee might gonna be behind bars for a long time. How long? I don't know. Unbelievable, though. I know
cocaine
that.
and over 55,000 pounds of marijuana. They also found over 150 guns, including machine guns and Glocks with switches. The feds were on the case too. The FBI had 250 agents working on it and sent in 7 SWAT teams to take the dealers down. And
I mean, how much money is that? What did they say? 250 individuals from the FBI? That's a lot of manpower. So it's fair to say Peewee Longway is going to have to do at least 20, 30 years, I'm assuming. That. What do I know, though?
Raids were over. The cops had found around $300 million in drugs. Peewee Longway's name wasn't mentioned in any of the police reports.
$300 million in drugs? Is that the truth or it's made up? I think it's the truth. They said Peewee Longway, don't forget he's a Migo gang. He started getting this thing. He was working with the Mexicans. The Mexicans, they usually have access to the largest quantities of anything you want.
But rumors started flying that he got wrapped up in the case after his homie Lil Crack Rock posted on IG and said, "Everybody stop calling me and asking me what's going on. I ain't speaking on shit."
Imagine that. Did I just hear right? You have a friend, his name is Lil Crack Rock? Imagine that. I mean, it's one of those names you always remember. Where's Lil Crack Rock at? What? Lil Crack Rock? Unbelievable.
Hashtag Free Longway. Everyone just took the story and ran with it, even though Peewee Longway's name wasn't on any paperwork. The cops working on Operation Sweet Silence said they're not finished making arrests, so there's a chance Longway could end up in that case too. But right now it looks like the rumors are all capped. But even if Longway isn't caught up in Operation Sweet Silence, he still might end up doing life in prison for another case. Peewee Longway got locked up at the same time Operation Sweet Silence was going down, but his own case is even crazier. 1090 Jake tracked down the real case that Longway got caught up in and posted the paperwork. According to the report, Quincy Williams, aka Peewee Longway, got hit with charges for conspiracy to distribute a controlled substance, selling a controlled substance, and money laundering.
Don't forget, Big Meech went to jail in 2005. Peewee Longway went to jail in 2024. Almost 20 years later, no one learned from Big Meech. Look at Peewee Longway's face. He's crazy. Mr. Blue Benjamin, 5 feet tall.
Isn't the only dude who got booked in that case. He also has 7 co-defendants, and most of them are allegedly connected to a Mexican cartel. The cops in Atlanta have been going after a dude named Francisco Cortez and his homie Luis Montoya. Cortez and Montoya were allegedly running drugs from Houston to Atlanta, and Peewee Longway was allegedly helping them move the weight. The feds had a wiretap on Cortez's phone, and that's how they made the connection to Longway. In July 2024, the feds caught Cortez and Longway allegedly setting up a deal over the phone. Cortez told Longway,
"You would thought that many years ago, individuals will learn about using the phones, but no. Most criminals are lazy. They want to do things very fast, so fast. I want to do it right away. You know, I mean, let me just call him real quick. Let me just give him a quick call. Let me give him a call.
The shoes, I got you for sure. On the window, give me 20 bags so I can get at least 20 of them. According to the DEA, shoes means cocaine and windows are kilos of meth. Then 4 days later, Longway allegedly made another deal with Cortez. The feds were watching Cortez's house and saw someone pull up to his crib. Cortez's wife came out and talked to whoever was in the whip. Then someone inside the car got out and handed her a box from the trunk. The whip left Cortez's house. Then an hour later, Peewee Longway pulled up and went inside.
Mr. Blue
He came
Benjamin.
back out a few minutes later with a different box. Then he put it in the trunk of his whip and drove off. A few days after the pickup, the feds heard Cortez and Montoya setting up another cell for 40 kilos of cocaine. A van was spotted loading something up at Cortez's crib. Then the feds tracked the van to another house.
Unfortunately, it's a terrible thing, but it's really like that. The most ways for these individuals to make money is to sell drugs and do illegal things like that. And if they don't do that, that means they can't live the lifestyle they want to live, which is partying, clubbing. So there will be, unfortunately, there will never be a shortage of these type of behaviors. There really won't. Because you're going to have short individuals like Peewee, who's going to want to, you know, live above his means. And in return, he's going to go above his means to get what he has to get. He really would.
Warrants are raided. They didn't find any drugs inside the crib, but they did find $500,000 in cash hidden in shoeboxes. The feds didn't have any real evidence on Peewee Longway, but that didn't stop them from arresting him and trying to hold him down without bond. The only thing they had was the wiretap conversation where Longway was allegedly trying to set up a deal with Cortez, but the feds never actually saw Longway making a deal. They spotted him at Cortez's house carrying a box out, but they have no idea what was actually inside it. But after they booked Longway, they raided his house and studio, and the situation got way worse for him. When the cops searched Longway's studio, they found 7 guns and 3,000 M30 pills that were...
Man, Peewee's a bad man. But in Atlanta, it's kind of normal for individuals to have firearms, unfortunately.
They cut with fentanyl. Then they found 3 guns in Longway's house, and 2 of them were stolen. Peewee Longway hasn't been charged for the drugs or guns they found in the studio, but he's already facing a life sentence for allegedly trying to buy cocaine and meth from Cortez. It sounds like Cortez was the plug, and Longway was allegedly just moving the weight around Atlanta. If the rumors about the cartel being involved are true, though, this case is looking bad for Longway. Nobody wants to get on
It's so unfortunate for Peewee Longway. It's so unfortunate for many people. But it's one of those things, though. Some individuals, they're what you call stuck in their ways. Only thing Peewee Longway knew how to do was make money in the streets. No other way. So he was stuck in his ways. And what ended up happening, he got caught up. Believe it or not, they said it's very hard to stop selling that thing like it is to stop using it. But hopefully everything will work out for this young man.